On today's edition of the Met Report,
the West and Central classroom buildings are now closed and under construction.
Denver City Council moved to regulate how restaurants advertise high-sugar drinks on their menu.
A new Hispanic food hall and marketplace will open after years of development.
And our very own MSU basketball team is recognized with honor awards.
All this and more, starting right now.
Good morning, everyone.
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Met Report.
Today is Friday, March 29th. I'm Alex Petrich.
And I'm Brandi Rose. Let's get started.
Referring to last week's Women in History event, this week's event was another one you did not want to miss.
That's right, Alex, and lucky for us, our very own Laryss Rodriguez attended this event in case you couldn't make it. Let's check it out.
Today I am at the Tivoli to check out this week's Women in History event. Held today in room 440 is named Feminist State of the Union. Let's go check it out. Women in History Month is not just a time to reflect on the past, but also to recognize the ongoing struggles and triumphs of women around the world. It's a time to celebrate the courage, resilience, and determination of those who paved the way for our future generations.
Women's History Month for me is having the opportunity to spend 31 days celebrating the achievements and the landmarks, right, that women have achieved nationally and also globally. I teach in the Gender and Women's Studies department as well, and so I get to teach classes on the topic sometimes too. But yeah, Gita really believes in celebrating all women, not only in March but all year long, but especially getting to bring some of the most prominent issues to the forefront in March. Especially on a year like this year, which is an election year. I hope that people can leave today feeling some sense of hope for the future. And we need to be in community like this together more often so that we can come together and we can remind ourselves through food and through, an educational address and through conversations like this. It's a reminder that there is hope still, right? And that we are autonomous human beings, that we can show up authentically as who we are, and that we could be proud of who we are in our identities, whether we identify as women or as non-binary folks, or, whether we're people of color or first generation students or whatever, that we can show up authentically and be celebrated.
Women in History Month serves as a reminder of how far we've come, but also how much further we have to go in achieving gender equality. It's a call to action to continue advocating for women's rights and empowering future generations of women and girls. For the Met Report, I'm Laryss Rodriguez.
A reminder for students that the West and Central classroom buildings are now closed and will be under construction till August of this year. Aiming to upgrade the building's climate control and air conditioning equipment, Project B will close over 60 classrooms, over 100 employee offices, 3 dean's offices, and several academic departments through the summer. During this closure, displaced faculty and staff will be occupying temporary offices on the first floor of the Tivoli. For more information on where these offices and departments are being relocated, please visit the link in the description of this video, which provides a detailed list of every displaced department.
With spring right around the corner, members looking to snag a seat on TSAC will be able to campaign soon. Candidate applications were extended from the previous due date of this past Wednesday. New applicants can still register at the latest today to campaign for the new positions in TSAC. There are a total of 12 council positions on the board. 3 positions have additional responsibilities, such as the Student Advisory Committee to the Auraria Board, also known as SACAB, as well as a student trustee. Last year, there was a total of 309 MSU students who participated in the election, with a total voter turnout of 148. Last year was also the second year with the board introducing ranked choice voting, which allows voters to list candidates based on preference rather than just voting for one. Voting begins April 8th and runs through April 14th. Additional information of the election, as well as timelines and rules, are located on TSAC's election website.
And continuing our focus on student government, it was reported last week by our colleagues at the Metropolitan that TSAC member John Nelson is the subject of several misconduct allegations. According to the reports from the ACPD, Nelson left obscene photos of male genitalia in the student government's office's photocopier early this year. In a separate event, Auraria police were called to CCD's office in the Science Building after Nelson allegedly refused to leave. And while the police report claims that Nelson asked for a ride back to the Tivoli building, Nelson later contradicted that story, claiming he was detained by the police. The Metropolitan reached out to Nelson for comment on multiple occasions and received no response as of this time. For further information on the story, please visit myemetmedia.com.
Welcome back. In developing news, cleanup efforts continue in Baltimore's Patapsco River after the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed early Tuesday morning when it was struck by a cargo vessel. The ship was en route to Sri Lanka after leaving the port of Baltimore in the early hours of March 26th. Authorities then received a distress signal from the ship saying they had lost power before crashing into a bridge support at 8 knots, causing the entire structure to collapse into the water. So far, 6 have been presumed dead in the collapse. And while their names have not been released, it is now known that they were construction workers who had been filling potholes on the bridge at the time of the collision. With marine traffic halted in the port of Baltimore after the disaster, economists are predicting supply chain disruptions and delays in the near future.
This Friday, the Center for Equity and Student Achievement, along with the Center for Multicultural Engagement and Inclusion, will participate in an event to honor the life of Cesar Chavez called Day of Service. The event is going to honor the legacy of labor activists Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta, 2 of the most significant leaders in the workers' movement of the 20th century, as well as civil rights leaders in the Hispanic community. The festivities will spread out across the Denver metro area and include collaborations with several nonprofits this afternoon on the Auraria campus.
Colorado Democratic legislators are pushing to reduce the size of the governing board of RTD, the transportation authority that covers all of the metro Denver area as well as Boulder. Currently, the Regional Transportation District, better known as RTD, is governed by 15 board members, each representing their own district within the metropolitan area. Democrats, including Governor Polis, have started to show dissatisfaction with the state of the agency, despite a recently unveiled plan to construct a train line from Denver Union Station to Boulder and Fort Collins. The measure put forward by members of the Colorado legislature, which would be put into a vote in the coming week, would more than halve the board from 15 to 7 members, as well as designate 2 to be appointed by the governor and convert from the district system to at-large voting. While this would save money on transportation for the state government, it would also increase salaries for board members and ideally incentivize RTD to take action on increasing coverage and rider numbers.
Earlier this week, the Denver City Council moved to regulate how restaurants advertise high-sugar drinks on their menu. On Tuesday, City Council approved a measure which would ban any establishment in Denver from including soda or juice as part of their kids' meal deals, and instead limit the free drink option to only water, milk, or milk substitutes. However, it would still allow all sales of the sweeter options. This was a bipartisan effort that passed the legislature unanimously. Now all that it waits for is for Mayor Johnston to sign it into law. Well, how do you feel about the sugary drinks ban, Brandi?
I mean, thank goodness I'm 21 now, right? So now I can buy my own apple juice with my own beverages. What about you,
absolutely.
Alex?
I'm not much of a soda guy, so I don't think it'll affect me too much, but I think it's a good step for the state.
It'll be healthier.
Oh, yeah. Well, don't go anywhere, because right after this, we'll have Tyson with EMET.
How's it going, EMET TV fam? It's Tyson Sintas bringing you the scoops in the world of entertainment. So without further ado, let's get started. Homeland Security agents and local law enforcement searched 2 properties owned by musician Sean Diddy Combs in Los Angeles and Miami as part of an ongoing sex trafficking case led by federal authorities in New York. In Los Angeles, federal agents gathered in the backyard of Combs' property in the Homey Hills neighborhood, conducting a thorough search. This follows recent allegations of sexual misconduct against Combs. On the same day, Combs was reportedly seen at the Miami airport, sparking rumors of fleeing to the Caribbean. However, authorities have not confirmed whether Combs himself was the target of the raid. The investigation is still ongoing, and updates will be provided as more information becomes available. Watch out, Casa Bonita fans, because the new Hispanic food hall and marketplace, La Plaza, is set to open its doors after nearly 4 years of development. Located in Aurora, La Plaza will hold its market stalls, a grocery store, bars, and 24 food hall kitchens, making it the largest Hispanic food hall in the United States. From grasshopper top pizzas to Roberto's famous smash burgers, La Plaza offers a diverse culinary experience, promising something for everyone. La Plaza will offer other featured amenities such as a family entertainment center, event spaces, and much more. The establishment's grand opening is today at 10 a.m. For more information, you can visit their Facebook page at facebook.com/La Plaza Colorado. Beer enthusiasts, mark your calendars and get ready to raise your glass because Colorado Pint Day is right around the corner. Whether you're a seasoned craft beer connoisseur or just looking for a midweek pick-me-up, the 9th annual Colorado Pint Day is happening on Wednesday, April 10th. This year, over 225 breweries across Colorado will participate, offering limited edition glassware. $1 of each pint glass sold will support the Colorado Brewers Guild's mission to promote independent craft breweries. Not sure where to start your beer adventure? No problem. Head over to the Colorado Brewers Guild website for a complete list of participating breweries and handy map to plan your route. So mark your calendars and toast to the community, craft beer, and the Colorado Pint Day, where every step you take will help support the brewing community. Last Friday, Metro Boomin and Future dropped their collab album, We Don't Trust You, featuring Young Thug, The Weeknd, Travis Scott, Playboi Carti, and Rick Ross. But the highlight was Kendrick Lamar's diss and Like That, aimed at Drake and J. Cole's first-person shooter. Our reporter Xavier Gauthier asked, who's the true king of rap among the big three?
Between Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and Drake, of the big three, who is the true GOAT?
Tom McDonald.
I would say that the big three is just Big Me. It's Kendrick Lamar. I think that he has had a much more successful career. I've liked his music personally better. And I went to his tour a couple years ago, 8. It was great. And also, I remember what Drake said about Megan Thee Stallion. And I am on Team Megan all day, every day. You come for Megan Thee Stallion, and you come for me. So it's on site with Drake. J. Cole, I like J. Cole, but it's Kendrick all day.
All right. I think the king of rap is Kendrick Lamar.
If I had to go with one, it would probably be J. Cole, just because I know more songs.
That's an interesting question because I think you can talk about the talent of each of them and then the success. Me personally, I always go for Drake overall. He's done the most numbers. He's a hit maker, but J. Cole and Kendrick are a lot more rapping talent. I've said it before, but I got a good relationship with my own father, but my real dad is Champagne Papi.
Well, that's a good question. I would have said years ago J. Cole. I don't think that's the case anymore. And Drake is only good at staying relevant. So the correct answer would be Kendrick Lamar.
I'm a Drake hater. He's just white bread in music form.
Well, that's a tough thing. Art is very subjective. Music, it speaks to different people different ways. But I think, Kendrick clears. All right, Kendrick is just the GOAT right now. I don't know why there's a discussion being had over this. I haven't really understood any of this beef, but if I were to put them in an arena together and have them rap against each other, I think, the other two would just vaporize, basically. So, yeah, Kendrick Lamar.
That's low-key illegal. This question should be illegal. J. Cole. I'm so sorry. J. Cole. Not sorry. J. Cole.
But in all seriousness, Kendrick.
That's all we got for today. Stick around because after the break, we have Xavier with sports.
What's up, everyone? It's the one and only Xavier Gauthier here to bring you all the news and sports. We have a ton to cover, so let's get it rolling. With the collegiate basketball season coming to a close, your MSU Denver Roadrunners closed out their season with several players receiving all RMAC honors. In the women's division, guard Michaela Espinoza was named all RMAC first team, averaging 15 points, 2 assists, and 2 steals per game, while shooting 35% from 3 and 82% from the line. Espinoza showcased her prowess in the conference all year long. On the men's side, the duo of Caleb McGill and Brady Maldonado received all first-team honors, with forward Mario Lacey Jr. and guard KJ Garrett being named all RMAC honorable mention. With Maldonado averaging close to 17 points, 3 assists, and 2 steals, and McGill tallying 16 points and 5 rebounds, shooting close to 53% from the field, these two have been dominant in the RMAC. And of course, Lacey Jr. averaging 11 points and 8 rebounds, shooting close to 63%, and Garrett with averages of 11 points and 3 assists per game, rounding out this talented Roadrunner squad. This past Saturday, the number 3 ranked Denver Pioneers clinched their 3rd NCHC's Frozen Faceoff Championship in franchise history. DU scored 4 unanswered goals to close out their title run with forwards Miko Matika and Rigel Lorenz tallying a goal, and senior captain McCade Webster finding the back of the net twice, giving them the 4-1 win. Junior goalkeeper Matt Davis got the start and recorded 15 saves in this game after the Pioneers outshot the Mavericks 35-16. After taking down the 11th-ranked Omaha Mavericks, Denver secured an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament, as well as a 1 seed for the national tournament that begins next week. The Pioneers took down UMass 2-1 last night to start their NCAA tournament run. Last night, the Colorado Rockies kicked off the 2024 season with a brutal 16-1, beating the Arizona Diamondbacks at Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. Rockies pitcher Kyle Freeland took a beating to the National League champion Diamondbacks by giving up 10 earned runs in 2 innings. Anthony Molina, who made his pitching debut for the Rockies, followed Freeland's lead by giving up 5 earned runs in 1/3 of an inning. But luckily for Rockies faithful, there are 161 more games to be played, hopefully meaning a better outcome for the Rockies as they wrap up their series in Arizona this weekend. And at least the Rockies weren't playing in front of the home crowd. They'll be coming back to the Mile High City for their home opener next Friday, April 5th, against the Rays. MLB superstar Shohei Ohtani is embroiled in a gambling scandal after accusations surfaced that his former interpreter, Ippei Mizuhara, stole more than $4 million to cover illegal gambling debts. Mizuhara is reported to have stolen the money from Ohtani, who signed with the LA Dodgers late last year. Mizuhara's relationship with the star pitcher was unique for the MLB. In addition to working as an interpreter, he also operated as a trainer, coach, and friend. Ohtani spoke with the media on Tuesday concerning the scandal, saying he was shocked by the revelation and had no idea the money was being stolen to pay off these debts. He also clarified that he has never bet on baseball or any other sport, nor had he ever asked someone else to take bets on his behalf. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred said on Thursday that he hopes the MLB's investigation into the matter will be short, but the scandal remains a stark reminder of gambling's prominence in modern sports. Well, that's all the time we have for sports. Once again, I'm Xavier Gauthier. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Xavier.
Well, it is that wonderful time of the year. Alex, how's your March Madness bracket looking?
Oh dear. Well, I made a lot. I think I made like 15 total brackets, and none of them have gotten even close. I think in the one we have in our office, I have Houston winning, so I'm still confident in that, but personally, I'm holding out hope for Creighton to pull it out. What about you?
I don't really have a comment on how my brackets are looking. I also struggled quite a bit after making about 20 different brackets. All of them are completely busted. But you know, on the women's side of the division, I still have South Carolina and Iowa, so I think I'm still looking pretty good. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Be sure to check out more of our content at mymetmedia.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
And subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with our weekly broadcasts.
From all of us here at the Met Report, thank you for joining us. I'm Alex Petrich.
And I'm Brandi Rose. Bye, everyone.